What's going on, everyone, man? It's your boy Zooko here, and today I'm here to show you guys my advanced guide to Venom. A very simple character to pick up and play, but there's actually a lot of depth to this character as well. So let's get straight into it without further ado. Your primary fire. This character actually has a range of about 14 meters for this. These are a hit scan, and they actually do critical damage. As you can see, this is a very long range for a character, so a lot of people treat this character like he's a melee character, but he actually has some pretty deceiving range. You can animation cancel this into a melee if you are close. You can actually cancel this out whenever you want. So if you let these animations sit out, you can get all of the hits, and this is a lot of damage. And it'll look something like that. Now, what you complement this into is going to be your right click here that is going to slow the enemies down, and it's going to do burst damage if they don't break away from the ability. Again, you're going to left click, then you're going to go ahead and melee, then you're going to right click, then you're going to left click. All right, so now since you've learned this very simple combo of this, the next thing that you have is your left shift. Your left shift, you need to take off easy swing. Obviously, you need to have control over this ability. You actually have a range of 30 meters for this, so if you do this, you can actually bring yourself this far out. It is nice to have this in your bag. You can actually proc your E whenever you do this, so you can actually do this and then proc your E in the miss. So if you are trying to disengage from a fight and you can't exactly go aerial, you can still go horizontally in a direction that allows for you to keep yourself alive, and you can animation cancel that with the E without stopping where you're going. So very important to note. One thing that I'm pretty sure that no Venom right now knows, and this is one of the things I've found through labbing and through all of my knowledge of a lot of the characters, is that whenever you do your diving strike, if you notice when your health pool shows up there, notice how there's orange little thing around your health. Normally what that means is you're getting some type of damage reduction. The reason why this is important is because if you can bring yourself very vertical, this allows for you to basically tank literally an insane amount of damage. As you can see there, that bullet collided with me and I did not take the damage, making something like this very scary. If you actually do this combo here, and actually immediately do this into a diving strike. This allows for you to basically pop them up, which makes them have a guaranteed trajectory. They're kind of stunned into this trajectory, so it makes it to where it's harder for them to escape. Anytime you do land that little diving strike, you always want to jump up with them. It just makes your melee easier to hit. So you're going to jump up and then left click melee. If you're trying to actually land some left clicks before you do your diving strike, which actually will give you a lot much more higher damage output, you kind of have to master this tech here. So what you're going to want to do is you need to be above the half line of your screen. So whatever your screen's middle line is, basically draw a line on your screen in half horizontally that is perfectly in between. If you are under that line, you will go directly to the spot that you're trying to go to. Again, if it's 30 meters, then that's basically the match there. But if it's a little bit above that line, you can actually go ahead and go vertical. This allows for you to basically kind of have complete control over this without you breaking the range of your right click straight into a left click and then dive. This is a vicinity sort of hit, so it pays to actually hit where they're at. You hit right here, boom. As you can see, this guy took more damage than him because he was closer to the blast radius. So the closer that you aim this bad boy, the more damage that you're going to get out of this. If you go vertical, this actually allows for you to get a chance to hit all of your left clicks before you do your diving strike. This makes your diving strike much scarier. And if you master this, this is actually like, again, remember you have 14 meters to land with this. Use my nearest ledge and then do something like this. Try and aim all of these and then do them down. And as you can see, now he's here. As long as you're within this range, while you're moving towards, you can land all of these hits before you go into a diving strike. So again, something like this, bing, 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 bing. So altogether, look a little something like this. This is me not worrying about hitting the actual left clicks, just getting the diving strike. So boom, 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 boom. So again, you're going to basically dive and strike, jump, left click melee. If you let all of those left clicks land, you get more damage out of it. If you're trying to actually land the left clicks before your diving strike, which will give you a huge damage output, you're gonna have to again be above that half line, just literally this much. And the moment that you press your left shift, you need to put a forward input and then immediately turn around, and it'll look like that, right? And this is going to give you this every single time. It will not matter it's always going to give you that exact same sort of feel. This allows for you to land some left clicks before you go into your diamond strike. And this is pretty scary burst. Again, you do have to land all of this and you have to pay attention to where you're aiming at, but the beautiful thing about this character, unlike a Spider-Man, is that you have a range of, again, 14 meters. So this is actually guaranteed damage. So they're in a guaranteed trajectory. You can always get this off on someone. You just have to actually hit scan, hit the shots, and track the target. Now, one thing you want to do after you land this is your bread and butter, which is going to be left click, melee, straight into this. As you can see, this will target as many targets that are in this little AoE range of effect here. You'll see this little ring here. Anyone that is within that range is going to get touched by this ability. So this is very good at setting the floor immediately after you discombobulate everyone. So you do something like this, right? Bing, 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 bing. And now everyone gets touched. Try and finish up your kills. Everything that didn't die is going to get touched by this. Now let's talk about your E. How does your E work? This is actually changed after the patch, but if you proc your E, maximum health, you're going to go to 900. But now they've made it to where you actually gain more health the lower that your health is. Before, it used to be you always would go to 900, whether you're 1 HP or 800 HP, you always went to 900. Now, if you're 450, you can go past 900, so it's effective to use it even like so. Now, this will be the more realistic scenario where you see that you're getting low and you proc it now, you can actively go past 1,000. So this is actually very effective, and it does take a very long time for it to kind of drop. In essence, you want to do this whenever your health is as low as possible, so that way you get the most bang for your buck from this, so there's not diminishing returns. You can always dive out of this, like I said, with this ability here, and then proc your E. On my way out, go ahead and do something like this, and then bring myself right back in for another one of these. And to see if I can get another one of these off. This allows for you to kind of double back down and make it to where you dive out and then you bring yourself back in to do a little bit of burst. This is kind of your rotation with this character. You dip in, you dip out, you dip in, you dip out, and it's really hard for you to, be stopped. Your ultimate is self-sustained because it also does give you bonus health, and this one does not care for where your health is. It's just straight up going to give you bonus health. So a really cool thing that you can do is, let's say for example, if you are 1 HP, you can proc your E and then proc your ultimate, and you're immediately going to be a tank that has the highest health possibility in the game. The moment you proc this, you are in a damage reduction state, and as you can see, you immediately give yourself a bunch of bonus health. So now we're going to go ahead and be like, okay, well, I did this, and I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to go down, touch a few people, and look at how much health healing that I have. And this bonus health does stay for quite a bit of time, as you can see, so it's very effective. You can also use this to proc this with your E as well. So your ultimate is self-sustained. It's a great engagement tool. This does a percentage damage, so if you're going against a tank, you can immediately melt a tank with this engagement tool. So this is a very strong pre-fight ultimate where you want to engage with this. You don't want to use it after you've done a bunch of damage. To give you an idea of how much damage this is, that's a lot of damage to a character. Anytime you do come out of this ultimate, you can also left shift if you would like to as well. Maybe do something like this. You can actually do left click, melee, right click, and then use your left shift to animation cancel. You can use this aggressively. You can just be ping, 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 and then get yourself out of there. And then even go like this now. Bing, 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 bing. So again, it is nice to know that your left shift does animation cancel your melee. So anytime you are up close and you want to do some quick bursts, you can do like that. Maybe set up something like this. Bing, 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 bing. Right? And you kind of get the idea there. That's pretty much Venom for you. This character is super simple to play. He's very effective. Once you learn what he's capable of doing and his damage output, and you learn to get those critical hits, this character is a very scary tank. This is a one-trick character that can actually carry a team. So the better you get with them, the better off you are going to be. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have here for you guys. It's your boy Zooko. We're going to be out of here. Peace.